Hi soap fans! My name is Allie and today I wanted to make a quick video to talk a little bit about the inspiration behind Victor, my Genoa City soap, which is inspired by The Young and the Restless. So I have been obsessed with cold process soap making for about the last 2 to 3 years, and I've been watching The Young and the Restless for the past 22 years. So when I had the idea to combine my two interests and make a series of Genoa City soaps, I knew that Victor had to be my number one. I thought kind of long and hard about how I would represent him as a soap because he is probably the central character for me, because when I started watching the show in 1993, he was really the lead guy. He was the main man in every single episode, and I think it was Victor and his charisma that really pulled me into watching the show and made me stick with it for all of these years. So I knew that the Victor soap had to be right. I had to build this soap from the ground up. So I thought, well, I want to be able to represent Victor, especially as a fragrance. I want to show all of the various sides of him, and I'm very fragrance oriented. I've always been kind of sensitive to different scents, so I wanted to try to give him a very rounded, very masculine, very distinctive type of fragrance that represented who he was. And I wanted to think about the three sides of Victor. His corporate side when he's in the office making business deals, but also his ranch side when he's out maybe riding horses or doing a little bit of work around the ranch. And also that's sort of, I think, been more highlighted in recent years. He's got this kind of seedy underbelly where he's doing almost mobster-esque sort of things. So I decided to start with that. I knew that the essence of Victor had to be black leather. If I ask myself, what does Victor smell like? It's black leather. It's that black leather jacket that he's always wearing. And there are a lot of different types of leather fragrances on the market, and I went through a ton of them, and I just couldn't find the right one until I did. It was a hallelujah moment. So the real, I think, uniqueness in this fragrance is that it's a great, rich, black leather scent. Almost as if you're inside of a leather store. It's not as much of a saddle leather as it is an actual, like a jacket leather. And it's very true, but it's also very strong. So I wanted to balance out the leather notes with something a little more earthy, and trying to incorporate Victor on the ranch in his sort of softer side. And I decided to bring in some more woody fragrances, and it was such a voila moment because it balanced out the leather perfectly. I didn't want it to be overwhelming in any way because I think masculine fragrances tend to be a little bit. So the second I threw some woody notes into this fragrance blend, it immediately started to take shape. But the other part of Victor's personality that has to be represented is his corporate side. So I searched and searched around for a fragrance that was a very sort of typical but unique cologne type of fragrance, because I could almost see him having this cologne-y fragrance on the collar of his leather jacket. That screams Victor to me. So I finally found this almost, I think it could be possibly comparable to an Old Spice type of fragrance that I blended together with the leather and the wood, and it just became Victor so well. And I love this fragrance It is masculine, but I will tell you I have used this in the shower myself many times, and I don't think that by any means a woman wouldn't enjoy it, but I think it is kind of a man's man scent for a man's man kind of guy. Now, when it came to designing the color for the soap, I knew, of course, the Black Night soap, it has got to be black, which is a little bit intimidating because it will suds up black. The lather on this soap it becomes kind of gray, so I wouldn't use it with your white towels, but it is also kind of fun to see in the shower, the way that the color that kind of comes up, and it had to be black. I thought a little bit more, well, I had the idea of doing the top of the soap in kind of a mustache shape, and you can see it here. I wanted the very, very peak of the bar to be high, and then I wanted to bring out the sides into this curly mustache to represent the mustache. And I thought about doing a white bar with a black top, just inverting these two colors, but the leather fragrance, it was said to kind of discolor the soap, and so I didn't want to go for a creamy white. I knew that I really kind of wanted it to be a stark contrast there, and so I decided to just keep it black. I put fragrance pretty much through only the black portions of the soap so that it wouldn't have any discoloration, and I like how it turned out. I could have inverted it, but I think Victor needed to be a very black soap. So that's kind of the story of how I designed my Victor soap. I hope you enjoyed hearing it, and if you want to see the making of Victor, that video is also available on this channel. So it's kind of interesting and fun to see the process happening too. Okay, if you guys enjoyed this video, by the way, please give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts about Victor, your thoughts about the soap, anything you want to tell me. I would love to hear. And of course, please feel free to subscribe to this new channel for more Genoa City soap.